Hello, welcome to the last lesson of the course. I'm sure you must be very happy that the course will be over soon, but I want you to take with you some understanding of the basic algebra. Alright, let's get on with the last lesson. In this lesson we will be talking about equations of a line. We have already talked about one type of equation, in fact two types of equations. Alright, the type of equation we have actually seen is called the slope-intercept form. Do you remember the equation we talked about? Y equal to mx plus b. Looking at that equation, you can directly figure out the slope and the y-intercept. If m is the slope and 0b is the y-intercept of a line, then its equation in the slope-intercept form is, alright, what is it equal to? Y equal to mx plus b, where m is the slope and b is the value of y where the graph will cut the y-axis. The general form of an equation, do you recall that? We talked about it. What is the general form of an equation? Is ax plus by equal to c. If I give you an equation of the general form, to make it in the slope-intercept form, you need to solve the equation for y so that it becomes this form. Once you write the equation in the slope-intercept form, then you know the slope and also you know where the graph will cut the y-axis. Okay, so to write this in the slope-intercept form, you got to solve for y. Alright, let's do one problem. Find the slope and y-intercept of the line in the graph. I have given you a graph where the 2 points A and B are given. Write the equation of the line in the slope-intercept form. Well, we want to find the slope of the line and the y-intercept. In order to find the slope, we have 2 points. What are these points? What is this point A? This point A has an x value of 6 and a y value of -3. So point A is 6, -3. There we are. That means your x1 equal to 6, your y1 equal to -3. And what is point B? Point B is -3, x equal to -3, y equal to 6. Therefore, point B is -3, 6, x2 equal to -3, y2 equal to 6. Can you find the slope of this line? You have x1, x2, y1, y2. What is the equation for the slope? The equation for the slope is, alright, anybody tell me? M equal to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. You cannot forget that equation. So M equal to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Alright, what is y2 minus y1? y2 is 6, y1 is -3. y2 minus y1 is 6 minus -3. These are the areas where you can make mistake. It is 6 minus -3. So look at the way I wrote it. 6 minus -3 is y2 minus y1. And what is x2 minus x1? Is -3 minus 6. There you go. Now, 6 minus -3 is 6 plus 3, and -3 minus 6 is -9. and that will be positive 9 divided by negative 9, and that is negative 1. The slope of this equation is negative 1. What did we say the meaning of a negative slope is? A negative slope means an increase in the value of x will result in a decrease in the value of y. Look at this. From anywhere on this line, if you walk one step to the right, to come back to the line, you need to go down one step. An increase of 1 unit in x results in a decrease of 1 unit in y. That's the meaning of the slope equal to negative 1. Remember, 1 can be written as 1 over 1. So negative 1 can be written as negative 1 divided by positive 1. When the walk is positive 1, the rise is negative 1. You see, a negative 1, if the rise is negative 1, it is a fall. Is that right? Okay, let's do another one. Oh, we haven't finished. We found the slope, we now need to find the y-intercept. Now, y-intercept is the point where the graph cuts the y-axis. Look at this point. This is the y-intercept. Now, how do we write it as an ordered pair? Its x value is 0 and y value is 3. So, the y-intercept is 0, 3 means that the value of b equal to 3. You remember the equation? Y equal to mx plus b. That b equal to 3. b is the value of y, where the graph cuts the y-axis. So, the y-intercept is 0, 3. That means the value of b equal to 3. So, we have the slope equal to negative 1 and the value of b is 3. Can you write the equation of this line in the slope-intercept form? Well, that is the y-intercept. The equation in the slope-intercept form is y equal to mx plus b, where our m is negative 1 and our b equal to 3. Therefore, the equation is y equal to negative 1x plus 3, or we write it as y equal to negative x plus 3. That is the equation of this line. Every line has an equation, and that equation can be represented in the slope-intercept form. Okay, let's do another one. Write the equation negative 3x plus y equal to 6 in the slope-intercept form. Find its slope and y-intercept. Alright, our equation is negative 3x plus y equal to 6. This is the equation in the general form. ax plus by equal to c. What do? To write the equation in the slope-intercept form, we solve for y from this equation. Alright, can you solve for y from this equation? Our equation is negative 3x plus y equal to 6. To solve for y, what all you need to do is move that negative 3 from the left to the right side. So, negative 3x moving from the left to the right become positive 3x. That means y equal to positive 3x plus 6. Tell me, why have I colored the 3 and the 6? Because 3 is the slope. This is now of the form y equal to mx plus b. The slope equal to 3 and the y-intercept. Now look at this. This value is the value of b. This is where the graph will cut the y-axis. And therefore, what is the ordered pair that represents that y-intercept? The ordered pair will be 0, 6. X equal to 0, y equal to 6. You see, as a y-intercept that is on the x-axis, on the y-axis, the value of x will be 0. Alright, so slope m equal to 3 and the y-intercept is 0, 6. Don't forget that. This is the value of b equal to 6. That means b is the value of y on the y-axis where the graph will cut. And the x value corresponding to that is 0. So the y-intercept is given by the ordered pair 0, 6. Let's now do a similar one. Write the equation 60x equal to negative 30y plus 60 in the slope-intercept form. Find its slope and y-intercept. Here again, in order to write this equation in the slope-intercept form, we solve for y. Can you solve that equation for y? Alright, this is the equation. We need to solve it for y. So, what I will do is move the negative 30y to the left and move the negative 60x to the right. But actually, there is something else we can also do there. But let's first do this. Move negative 60x to the right and negative 30y to the left. Now, remember, when a term moves from one side to the other, it will change its sign. So what will this become? Negative 30y moving from the right to the left become positive 30y equal to negative 60x moving from left to right become positive 60x. So 30y equal to 60x plus 60. And now you need to get y alone. Divide each term by 30. That will be 30y divided by 30 equal to 60x divided by 30 plus 60 divided by 30. On the left, the 30 and the 30 will go, leaving y alone. Over here, 30 goes in 60 2 times. There you are. And similarly, 30 goes in 60 2 times. So what is the equation now? The equation now becomes y equal to 2x plus 2. There you are. This is the equation in the form y equal to mx plus b. What is the slope of the graph of this equation? The slope is 2. And what is the y-intercept? Y-intercept will be x equal to 0, y equal to 2. The ordered pair that represents the y-intercept is 0, 2. So slope m equal to 2 and the y-intercept is 0, 2. Can you use this to draw the graph of this? We will practice that as we move on. Alright, let's do another one. Write the equation of a line that has a slope m equal to negative 2 and a y-intercept 0, negative 5. Well, I have given you the slope, I gave you the y-intercept. Can you write down the equation? What is the general equation in the slope-intercept form? Y equal to mx plus b. M is given. What is the value of b? b is this negative 5. You see, b is the value of y in the y-intercept ordered pair. So, m equal to -2, b equal to -5. Therefore, the slope-intercept form of the equation is y equal to mx plus b. Replace your m by -2 and replace your b by -5. So the equation is y equal to -2x minus 5. Okay, another one. Write the equation of a line that has the slope m equal to 0 and y-intercept 0, -4. You should be able to tell me what kind of a line is that. M equal to 0, the slope is 0. What kind of a line has the slope 0? You recognize this? The slope is 0 for a horizontal line. Now, what is the equation of a horizontal line? Remember, for a horizontal line, the value of y remains a constant. So you can say, since the y-intercept is 0, -4. What does it mean the y-intercept is 0, -4? It means the graph of this line will cut the y-axis at y equal to -4. So here is the line that cuts the y-axis at y equal to -4. That means all along this line, the value of y will be -4. It's a horizontal line passing through y equal to -4. Isn't it? So what is the equation of that line? Alright, since the slope m is 0, this is a horizontal line. And the equation of the horizontal line that contains the point 0, -4. This is the value of y that corresponds to that horizontal line. So the equation is y equal to -4 is the equation of that line. Its slope is 0, it's a horizontal line. Its y-intercept is 0, -4. It cuts the y-axis at y equal to -4. Means all along this line, the value of y will be -4. Or the equation of this line will be y equal to -4. Alright, another one. Write the equation of a line that has a slope that is undefined. Okay. What kind of a line has the slope undefined? Undefined slope. Well, it is a vertical line. It's a vertical line. Now, I have made a mistake in this question. Can you figure out what that mistake is? I think it'll be very good. If you can diagnose and find mistakes, that is the best way of learning. You see, I have said the slope is undefined and the y-intercept is 0, -2. There are two things wrong here. First of all, if the slope of a line is undefined, you know it is a vertical line. Well, can a vertical line cut the y-axis? No. Therefore, there will not be a y-intercept. Now, secondly, can a y-intercept be represented by a point like this? What is a y-intercept? A y-intercept occurs where the x value is 0 along the y-axis. Along the y-axis, the value of x equal to 0. So you cannot have a y-intercept given by this point. Now, I'm going to make a correction here. The given quantity must be the slope is undefined and instead of the y-intercept, I'm going to give you the x-intercept. Alright, the x-intercept is 3, 0. So notice that you must understand by now that for a y-intercept, the value of x is 0. And for an x-intercept, the value of y must be 0. Okay? So you make this correction. Write the equation of a line that has a slope that is undefined and it has an x-intercept 3, 0. Now, when I move on to my next line, this will disappear, but you must make that correction. Alright, let's go on now. A line that has the slope undefined is a vertical line. And the equation for a vertical line that contains the point, well, that is actually what I want to say. It contains the point 3, negative 2. It is not a y-intercept. The line contains the point 3, negative 2. What does that mean? It means x equal to 3 is on that line. You see, if x equal to 3 is on this vertical line, then all along this vertical line, the value of x must be 3. Is that right? Yes. Okay, let me draw that and show that to you. Now, here I have x equal to negative 1, negative 2, negative 3. This is negative 3. And this vertical line, if you take this point 3, negative 2, well, this is x equal to 1, x equal to 2, x equal to 3. This is the vertical line called x equal to 3. Now, we are told that 3, negative 2 is a point on that line. Anywhere on this point, the value of x will be 3. Is that right? Anywhere you go along that vertical line, the value of x will be 3. That means the equation of that line will be x equal to 3. Okay. So, the equation of the line that contains the point 3, negative 2 and having an undefined slope, a vertical line, is x equal to 3. Another one. Determine the slope and y-intercept of the graph of the equation 3x minus 4y equal to 12. Well, in order to determine the slope and y-intercept, what is the thing to do? Write this equation in the form y equal to mx plus b. In other words, solve for y. Solve this equation for y. Let's do that. 3x minus 4y equal to 12. In order to solve it for y, first we move the 3x from the left side to the right side. That will give me negative 4y equal to 3x moving to the right becomes negative 3x plus 12. And to get y alone, divide each term by negative 4. Let's do that. So negative 4y divided by negative 4, divide each term by negative 4. Negative 4y divided by negative 4 equal to negative 3x divided by negative 4 plus 12 divided by negative 4. Okay, on here negative 4 and negative 4 will go, leaving us a y. And in the first term on the right, negative divided by negative is positive. So the coefficient of x will be 3 over 4. It's 3 over 4x plus 12 over negative 4. 12 divided by negative 4 is negative 3. So our equation is y equal to 3 over 4x minus 3. Now, slope therefore is this, y equal to mx plus b. The value of b is negative 3, means the y-intercept is 0, negative 3. Now, can you draw the graph of the equation of this line using this information? Alright, listen carefully. We have two information about this line. What are the two information? We know its slope. Slope is 3 over 4. And we know where the line will meet the y-axis. The y-intercept is 0, negative 3. It means 0, negative 3 is this. The y-intercept is this point. There is 0, negative 3. Okay. Now, what is the meaning that the slope is 3 over 4? You know that the graph of that line is going to pass through this point. Now, what is the meaning that the slope is 3 over 4? The meaning is, listen carefully, from any point on the line, if you walk 4 units and then rise 3, you see, if this is the walk, this is the rise. The slope is rise divided by the walk. So if you walk 4 units from here, from the y-intercept, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then rise 3 units. Once again, walk 4 units and rise 3 units, you come here. Well, this will be a point on that line. There you are. You walk 4 and then rise 3, you reach this point. What is that point now? That point is x equal to 4, y equal to 0. So, now you can draw a straight line that passes through these 2 points. Look at this. And this is the graph of this equation. That means, if you know the slope and the y-intercept, you can draw the graph of any given straight line. Okay? Want to try one more? Alright. Graph the line that passes through point 0, 4. This is the y-intercept. X equal to 0, y equal to 4. And having a slope m equal to 2 over 3. Now, can you use the same argument I used in the previous example to do this? Where do we start? Start by locating this point. This point is on the line. So, the line contains the point 0, 4, and therefore we first mark that point. Alright, let's get the graph grid and mark this point 0, 4. Where is that point? X equal to 0, y equal to 4 is this point. So that is 0, 4. And now, once you know a point, that is a good beginning. Look at the slope. Slope is 2 over 3. Rise divided by run, or rise divided by walk. If the walk is 3, then the rise is 2. So what you do is start at this point and walk 3 units, and after walking 3 units, rise 2 units, you come there. So slope equal to rise divided by walk. That would be 2 over 3. So we walk positive 3 and rise positive 2. Walking positive 2 means walk to the right. Rise positive 2 means go up. If the rise is negative, you will go down. Alright, so we start at the point 04 and walk 3 units to the right to come here. And what we now do? Then we rise 2 units to come to this point. What is that point now? That point is x equal to 3, y equal to 6. So that point will be 3, 6. Alright? And now, both these points are on the graph of that equation, or on the graph which has a slope m equal to 2/3 and that passes through this point. So draw a straight line passing through 04 and 3, 6, there we are. And this is the graph that is required. So if you know the slope and you know one point on the line, you can draw the graph of that line, because the slope gives you that rich information about that line. Okay, another one. Graph the line that passes through the point 2, -1. This time this is not the y-intercept. It is any point. We need to graph the line that passes through this point and having this slope. Notice that the slope is negative. What does that mean? It means if you walk 3 units to the right, then your rise is not upward but downward. When x increases, y will decrease. Alright, first we mark the point 2, -1 on the graphing grid. Alright, can you locate the point 2, -1? There it is. 2, -1. And what do we do now? We know the slope is rise divided by the walk, and see the way I wrote it? -1/3. I gave this negative sign to the numerator. So it is -1 divided by +3. So the walk is +3 and the rise is -1. I hope you understand that. Walk is +3 means from this point we go 3 units to the right. And the rise is -1 means we go down 1 unit. So we start at the point 2, -1 and walk 3 units to the right. Let's do that. There we are. We walked 3 units to the right. Then rise -1. What does it actually mean? It means fall 1 unit. Rising -1 is the same as falling 1 unit. We go down 1. And where do we reach? We reach this point, which is x equal to 5, y equal to -2. We reach the point x equal to 5, y equal to -2 here, and that is 5, -2. And now draw a straight line that contains these 2 points. That is the slope of, that is the graph of the line that has the slope m equal to -1/3 and contains the points 2, -1. Okay? I hope that is clear. You can do one like this on your own, or many of them. Okay. So far, we were talking about slope-intercept form of the equation. There is a second form of the equation I want you to be familiar with. Now, we can write another form of the equation of a line using the definition of the slope. Now, tell me, what is the definition of the slope that you know? What is the definition of the slope that you know? Slope m equal to y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. That is, we will obtain an equation of the line that passes through the point x1, y1 and containing any general point x, y. Alright, let me just show it to you. Now, we are familiar with, if I have 2 points x1, y1, x1, y1 and x2, y2, then our equation for the slope is y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. Is that right? That's right. If the first point, well, I need to use the parenthesis to make sure that order pairs. So, if the point x1, y1 is on the line, and another point x2, y2 is also on the line, then the definition of the slope is change in the output, change in the y value, divided by change in the input, change in the x value. Is that right? This is the definition of the slope. Now, watch, I'm going to make a small change. Instead of calling this point x2, y2, I'm going to replace this point by any general point x, y. So, rather than taking this point x2, y2, I'm going to have any general point x, y. Now, what will be the difference in the equation for the slope? The equation for the slope, in place of y2 minus y1, we will have y minus y1. And in place of x2 minus x1, we will have x minus x1. So I can now write the slope equal to y minus y1 divided by x minus x1. Alright, let's do that. x1, y1 is the first point and xy is the second point. The slope of the line passing through these 2 points can now be written as m equal to y minus y1 divided by x minus x1. Okay, now I want you to do a little algebraic manipulation here. Multiply both sides of the equation by x minus x1, that is the denominator. I want to eliminate the denominator, to get rid of the denominator. So look at the way I write it. M times x minus x1 equal to y minus y1 over x minus x1 multiplied by x minus x1. You know why I did that? To eliminate the denominator. Now x minus x1 and x minus x1 will cancel. And what do I have now on the left side? We have on the left side I have m times x minus x1, and the right side I have y minus y1, and I simply exchange them. I wrote this on the left and this on the right. That's possible, is that right? If y equal to x, then x equal to y. If m times x minus x1 equal to y minus y1, then y minus y1 equal to m times x minus x1. Now, this is an important relation. This is another form of the equation of a line, and what is the name of that form? It is called the point-slope form, because it contains a point x1, y1, that is the point, and it contains the slope m, and of course x and y are general coordinates. It will be part of the equation. So this is the form of the equation called the point-slope form of the equation. It is called point-slope because you are given a point x1, y1, and the slope also is given. Okay, let's do an example. Write the equation of a line that passes through the point 4, 1. You see, you are given a point x1, y1. The value of x1 is 4, the value of y1 is 1. And having a slope m equal to 2. You are given a point on the line and you are given the slope. You need to write the equation. Well, the point x1, y1 is 4, 1, which means the value of x1 equal to 4 and the value of y1 equal to 1. That's the meaning there. And the slope m equal to 2. Can you, from the last slide, we talked about what is the equation of the line that is called the point-slope form. What is the point-slope form of the equation? Well, if you don't tell me, I'm going to write it down here. It will be y minus y1 equal to m times x minus x1. So that will be y minus y1 equal to m times x minus x1. Now, you know the value of x1, x1 equal to 4. You know the value of y1, y1 equal to 1. And you know the value of m, the slope, that is equal to 2. So let's replace these values. Replacing x1 by 4, x1 by 4, y1 by 1, and m by 2. What do you get? Y minus 1 equal to 2 times x minus 4. Y minus y1. y1 is replaced by 1 equal to m times, m is replaced by 2. X minus x1, x1 is replaced by 4. And now you distribute that quantity. That gives me y minus 1 equal to 2x minus 8. And we can now move the negative 1 to the right. That becomes y equal to 2x minus 8 plus 1. Or y equal to 2x minus 7. See, look at that. We wrote the equation of the line in the point-slope form and simplified it to the slope-intercept form. Alright? So this is the equation of the line y equal to 2x minus 7. Let's do another one. Write the equation of a line that passes through the point -2, 3 and having a slope m equal to -2/3. The same situation. Now, this is a little more difficult because the slope is given as a rational number, as a fraction. So you got to deal with that fraction now. Well, the point is x1, y1. The value of x1 is -2. The value of y1 is 3. So there you got x1 equal to -2, y1 equal to 3, and the slope m equal to -2/3. Alright, what is the point-slope form of the equation? You know a point, you know the slope, therefore we use the point-slope form to write down the equation. What is the point-slope form? Now remember, this is a terribly important part of graphing, especially if any of you want to go and do a higher math course. Does anybody want to do a calculus course? Well, you will find this always there. Okay, tell me this now. What is the point-slope form of the equation? Y minus y1 equal to m times x minus x1. There you are. and you know the value of x1, x1 equal to -2, y1 equal to 3, and m equal to -2/3. Let's replace those values. So, replace x1 by -2, y1 by 3, and m by -2/3. This is what you get. Y minus 3 equal to -2/3 times x minus -2. Watch that sign again. X minus x1. x1 is -2. Alright, now we need to simplify it. X minus -2 becomes x plus 2. That is one simplification in that step. And now we need to distribute this. Is that right? Can you do that? Distribute -2/3 times x will be -2/3 x, and -2/3 times +4. What will you get if you multiply these two? -2/3 times +4. That will be -4/3. So this will be y minus 3 equal to -2/3 x minus -2/3 times 2. Let's do it over here. That will be y minus 3 equal to -2/3 x minus 4/3. And we need to write it in the form y equal to mx plus b. That means this -3 needs to move to the right. This is a good example to review how to add and subtract fractions. Didn't I tell you that is one of my favorite? And I want my students to really master that skill. It's very important. So, move the -3 from left to right. What do you have? Look at the way I wrote it. Y equal to -2/3 x plus. This -3 moved to the right. I wrote it as 3/1. You see? Minus 4/3. I hope you understand what is inside the bracket. This 3/1 is this -3 that moved from the left to the right became +3. And I simply wrote it as 3/1 to create that denominator to make it easy for you to now add. Alright, do you remember our first lesson? We started with fractions and I showed you how to add and subtract these fractions. And you know how we're going to end our last lesson? With one of those. Can you do this without my help? 3/1 minus 4/3. You see, we can leave this part, that will remain the same. But we need to simplify what I have written in pink. Okay, let's try that. That will be, what is the common denominator for 1 and 3? That will be 3. Now, what will this 3 be multiplied by? You can see 3 divided by 1 is 3. And that 3 will be multiplied by this 3. You got 3 times 3. Minus 3 divided by 3 is 1. And this 4 will be multiplied by 1. Also, you remember another method I gave you. This 3 is 1 times 3. Let's write it that way. You see, this is 1 times 3. I just wrote 3 as 1 times 3. The common denominator is 1 times 3. And what does this 3 get multiplied by? This 3 gets multiplied by the factor in the LCD that is missing from this denominator. And what is the factor missing here? It's this 3. So 3 times 3 minus what is the factor actually missing here? Actually nothing. So it is 1. 4 will get multiplied by 1. Okay, let's look at that again. So simplifying this, what is my numerator? It will be 9 minus 4 divided by 3. So this will be 3 divided by 1 is 3 multiplied here. And this will be 3 divided by 3, that is 1, and multiplied with that 1. So that will be y equal to negative 2/3 x plus 9 minus 4 divided by 3. And just one more thing there, y equal to negative 2/3 x plus 5/3. That is the equation of the line that contains the point and the given slope. Alright, tell me, can you draw the graph of this line knowing what? Knowing the slope, and this is the y-intercept 5/3. Alright, let's see if we can do that over here. Now, this is my graphing window. You can see that, is that right? 1, 2, 3 for x, and y will be 1, 2, 3, and so on. Now tell me, where is this point? Y-intercept is 5/3. 5/3 is slightly less than 2. So I will say the y-intercept is here. This is the y-intercept called 0.5/3. Okay, so we got the y-intercept 0.5/3. And now we need to draw this using this slope. Slope is negative 2/3. What does that mean? Negative 2/3, let me write that for you. Slope m equal to negative 2/3. I gave the negative sign on the numerator. What does it mean? You walk 3 units. If you walk 3 units to the right, then fall. You see, rise is negative 2 means you fall 2 units. So, I'm going to walk 3 units to the right, 1, 2, 3, and go 2 units down, you come here, and draw a line that containing the point. This is the graph of the line that has a slope of negative 2/3 and has a y-intercept 5/3. Well, I think that will have to do, and we have actually finished the course. Well, what is now left for you to do is prepare for the last test, and most of all, prepare for the final. Remember, the final exam, I will not set it. The final exam comes from Fort Myers. It is common for all students doing this course. And you need to go to a testing center to take that final. And you can either go to Charlotte, Lee, Collier. You got to tell me where you want to go. So email me and let me know what center you want to take the final, and also the state exit. There is an exit exam also after the final. Now, after you take the final, you got to pass it. Only those who pass the course will be allowed to take the exit. Others will not be. If you do not qualify for the exit, I will write to you. You don't need to then go for the exit. Alright? If I don't write to you, it means you have qualified, so you must go for the exit. And if you do not take the exit, you cannot get a grade for this course. Remember, the grade for this course is greatly influenced by the final and the exit. Now, I have given you 4 or 5 practice finals. So go and do those practice finals. I have also given you a mock exit. Do that also. And look through the syllabus. You see the schedule I gave you? And look at the dates when the final and the exit will be administered. Okay? And you need to go to the testing center and take it when the testing center is open. So look through the testing schedule. I might send it to you, but if I don't, you can go to the website and find out. Okay? Any questions, let me know. And I want you to feel comfortable about this course. Alright? I know most of you tried very well. And trying hard and putting your best is the best way to achieve success. I really enjoyed teaching you. I hope you enjoyed the course too. Let me know some of your feelings. If you want me to do something other than I have been doing, is there anything I can improve on this course? Let me know and I will appreciate that. Alright, I will wish you, all of you, all the best and do the final and the exit well so that all of you can get a good grade. Alright, one more time, all the best.